Hey guys, it's Vu Jones again, and now in section 2 of our feature on blockchain sports, we're going to be talking about the nodes that everybody gets within blockchain sports. We're going to be talking specifically about this particular topic. Just as a start, guys, I always think it's great for us to understand what nodes are before we get into the details. So let's kick it off. Let's kick it off. Okay. I think I found one of the best videos which breaks down what is a node, because we need to be making sure that we're saying the same thing. We understand these same things properly. So let's just listen to this video for the next couple minutes, and then I'll delve deeper into it. Hope you enjoy.
What is a blockchain node? To answer this question, let's first consider the rise of shared marketplaces like Uber, Airbnb, and DoorDash. How is it that the largest transportation company on the planet owns no vehicles? The largest hotel owns no properties, and the largest dining service owns no restaurants. These companies all figured out a way to use other people's property and rewards them for participating in this new sharing economy. Blockchain works in a very similar way, except instead of sharing a car or a beach house, you share your computer. Why? Hold that thought for a moment while I ask you another question. Do you know how the internet works? Take your favorite online store, for example. How does the website actually work? How is the payment processed? The fulfillment, tracking, shipping, how does it all work? This is an oversimplification, but the company you're buying from likely has thousands upon thousands of computers, all housed in a central server farm. Each computer is kept busy running calculations, crunching numbers that make your purchase possible from the second you click your mouse to the moment it's dropped on your doorstep. These computers are constantly running behind the scenes to make it all possible. Most tech companies pay millions, sometimes billions of dollars for this kind of an operation. In contrast, blockchain is more like Uber and Airbnb. Instead of coming up with the millions of dollars to buy all the computers to run all these calculations, blockchains operate by sharing other people's computers. Thousands, tens of thousands, even millions of computers all chained together to fulfill whatever the mission is of that specific blockchain community. Many people think blockchain is a technology for cryptocurrency, but that's like saying the internet is a technology for email. Just like a big tech company can be created for any reason, a blockchain can be created to solve virtually any problem you can imagine. But why would someone want to join a blockchain and share a fraction of their computer's power? For the same reason Uber drivers and real estate owners contribute the use of their property: rewards. Unlike Uber, Airbnb, or DoorDash, where ownership and profits are controlled by the few at the top, decentralized blockchain projects are quite literally shared by all community members who connect their computer to a blockchain. It all starts by purchasing a node, a software license that once installed on your computer, adds that computer to the blockchain. Your computer joins the army of other computers on the same blockchain. It is put to work, crunching the numbers and performing calculations to assist in the work of the blockchain. In return, community members who operate their node earn digital rewards for doing so. In many cases, these digital rewards can be exchanged for cryptocurrency, giving members real incentive to continue running their node each and every day. And now you know what a blockchain node is, but there's so much more to discover. To learn more about how you can participate in a blockchain community, simply speak to the person who sent you this video.
So, guys, we've covered a bit about blockchains. So we know that right now within blockchain sports, we are also getting nodes. And here I've just highlighted how many nodes we get depending on how much contribution we've made, right? So you can see that the $600 pack right now, which will be $650 in a couple of days, gives you one node, right? The 2400, which is 2,400 US dollar package, will give you 4 nodes, right? And then the 9,600 will give you 16 nodes. The 30,000 one gives you 50 nodes. 60,000 gives you 100 nodes, and then the 120 Boza pack gives you 200,000 at 200 nodes, right? Each of these nodes are essentially going to be doing the work that that beautiful young lady was talking about, and essentially those nodes will do effectively 2 purposes. The first one is that it will be minting Atla coins, which we'll be getting ourselves, and I'm going to drill deeper into the potential of how much money can just be made in that one ecosystem, okay? Just from minting the Atla coins. And then it can also be doing what is called validation work. Validation work is really where it's looking at transactions, confirming those transactions are real, and then getting some payments from the transactions which are happening come from there, okay? There's a whole bunch of other ways that we can earn fees from our nodes. However, I'm just going to talk on one particular one. So guys, you can see that the number of nodes go higher, the more contribution you've made as well. I've touched on the prices going up and all of those nice things. We'll discuss it in other videos. For details, please go into the videos which are on the website, blockchainunited.com. All right, so we're seeing that effectively more nodes. So let's look at what happens with these nodes when they create these coins or were rewarded in these coins, which will be the Atla coin in this particular project, right? This is a graphic which was shown to the community by the blockchain sports team, specifically the team which is working with the Atleta coin. In this particular one, you guys will see that this is just showing the potential money that people who actually bought these founders pack and therefore their corresponding nodes in February, what they'll be getting. In order to protect the blockchain and to protect the coins which are being created or given as rewards by the nodes, effectively anybody who has a node and who gets these coins, you will not be able to sell all of those coins immediately. That's a way for them to actually protect these coins not being pumped and dumped, all right, on the market. These coins will be getting into exchanges and being tradable when they get launched, which will be in September 2024. All right, so let's just see the potential. They are hoping that the target of these that latter coin when it launches is going to be somewhere between, the target is somewhere between $5 to $6. So on average here, they've used a target price of $5.50 that you guys can see here. So for a person who bought in February or in March, the total number of tokens that your one node will be minting essentially is 937.5 for the $500, which is now 600. For the 2,400, which is the $2,000 package then, which is now 2,400, you can see that you'll be minting from your 4 nodes. You'll be minting 3750 Atla coins, right? And so it goes like that. Now in October, the ones which will be released, the ones which will be available for you to start being released for sale, the tokens that you'll have at that time coming through from your node are around 416. Now remember, those 416, you can't just sell them all. When in September, October, or so October when it starts, you'll be able to sell 5% of these tokens that you have minted. So if you think about it, 5% is slightly less than around 47 of these tokens or so. But because the blockchain will be launched and these will be the first tokens which are being out, the developers and the team are allowing us as a community to be able to sell 30% up to 30% of the Atla coins that we are entitled to be minting from your own machine. So you'll see that here, the 30% that one would be getting would have available then is quite significant. If you started early, then it's higher. So we would be able to sell around 416 all in all, right? 416. If you decided that you're selling them all in one go, there is a penalty, and the penalty is 197 of those tokens will be taken from you as a penalty. You'll be left with 218.75 of those tokens. And then if it does get to this target price, which they hope that they're going to be getting, and I'm quite confident in the team that they could get it, is then let's say they get the 5.5, then it means the exit price that the money that the person who went and bought the $500 package and got this package minted these tokens, and these were released by October, that person would be able, after penalties, to actually take home around $1,203, okay, based on this price. Now, we don't know, this price could be higher, it could be lower, it could be the same, but if it's based on this price on average, this is the amount of money that the person can get. And so you can see what this looks like for a 2,000, which is now 26,000, a $2,000 package, a $8,000 package, the person would be getting 19,000 on that day. The 25,000, you'd be getting 60,000 when you sell all of them. The 50,000, you'd be getting 120,000, and then the 100,000, you'd be getting 240,000. Guys, remember, this is just one income stream of the entire ecosystem. We've already talked in my previous video that there's a number of various income streams which are coming through, both in real life and digital. This is just one of them, okay? Just one. But you can see the multiples that we're starting to see here. Now, obviously, because these things are getting released, these tokens are getting released every month, they're getting released slowly and slowly. For people who come in, who went and bought their nodes or founders packets and therefore got their nodes a month or 2 months later, the numbers will not necessarily be looking the same, because it means that their period is starting later. So by the time they're able to sell in October, they will not, for instance, have the 416 that you're seeing in October for the 500. So let's look at what that looks like for people who bought last month in April. People who bought in April, they would have bought for 550. Remember, I said the price goes up for the packages every month. So they would have bought for 550, and the total that they also still get from their one node is 937. That doesn't change. It's just about the release of the tokens which are coming through from those nodes. So in October, the time October comes, this particular person would have earned around, would have been entitled to around, or their node would have produced around 312 Atleta coins, right? Now, they can decide that they're selling all of that, and they're going to make money immediately when October hits, but they'll be hit with a penalty where they have to forfeit 148 of those tokens, right? They'll be left with 164. If they sell that 164, same issue as well, for $5.50, then they'll be getting around 902. Guys, remember that this price is not guaranteed. It could be higher, it could be lower, it could be the same. But if it is 5.5, then $5.5, $5.50 per Atleta token, or in fact, Atleta coin. Let me correct myself, Atleta coin. Then this is the amount of money to be made when you're selling a third. Remember, you still have 2/3 to sell, guys. This is just based on being able to sell a third. So these numbers also still look very good. So versus the other person who went in a bit early would be making 240 on the $100,000 package. This person would have bought for 110, and what they'll be making when they're able to sell all of that coins with the penalty is 180. So you guys can see kind of like the difference. Now, I'm going to go a bit deeper into this and go into an example of one node. And guys, here, I'm just showing you, if you are a person who says, I'm not going to sell all of those because I do not want to get those penalties, and you decide that you're going to follow the release of 5% every month. Remember that when you think about The project, when you guys read, they say that read that white paper, they're saying that they'll be able to release 5% every month without penalties from around October. Okay. So for a one node, which is a $500 package, that $500 package base fee, depending on when you buy it, it could be even more than 500, the package that you bought, but effectively you get one node, right? That node will produce 937. So it doesn't matter when you buy it, it's still, it will mint 937.5 Atleta coins. So let's look at what money or what you can release at that time if we're still saying that that average price of $5.50 stays the same. Obviously, we know that in real life it does not stay the same, but let's just say, let's look at it from if it stays the same. Okay, if it stays the same and you are now not paying any penalties, it means that for that person who's got the one node, in October, they'll be making $257, okay? I've converted it into Maluti right at the end where you guys will see what that equals to if you're using an exchange of around 19. In November again, they'll sell the same number, the 5% again. And let's say the price stays steady the whole time. I mean, this price could be higher, could be lower, we don't know, all right? So again, they make 257, which means now in total, the amount of money that they've made for both October and November, it will equal around $515. Convert that into Malutis, that's close to 10,000, 9,797. Okay. Now in December, the same thing happens. They make the same around as well, because remember, we're assuming that this price stays the same. Okay. So by the time they hit December, they would have made $777. And so that's it in Maluti. And then you can see what happens for the rest of the other months. So by the time they get to March, they would have made around 1547 at this price, if it's staying at this price, which is 29,000. Now, guys, remember, okay, this is basically, imagine you bought this thing for $500. Right now, people are buying this same one node for $600, okay? Guys who are buying it, who are going to buy it now in June, they're going to buy it for $650. So when you just look at how quickly it is for you to get to a break-even point, within 2.5 months or so, you get back the money that you paid for those tokens. I mean, you paid for your pack. It's actually quite amazing. This is all based on the assumption that this price stays the same. And guys, we know that the crypto market fluctuates. It does not stay like this, but it's a good analysis in terms of seeing how quickly this can happen. So the big decision that people are going to have to make is about whether or not they're going to sell upfront the 30% and get a penalty, or whether they're going to sell like this. And I think everybody's going to make their own decisions in terms of what it is that they want to be making. But all of us can kind of like see the sort of trajectory of money that's going to be made. Now, I have been highlighting that nothing stays the same, and I'm just giving you some examples of some of the coins that the community has been able to mine through a sister project that we're all part of, which was liquid mining. Also, it's the same team, Dima's team, which came with Blockchain Sports, is also part of the team as part of this particular thing where we're able to mine on our own phones, which is just amazing. This project includes Bitcoin, everything, but I'm just showing you two coins, which are slightly the newer ones. So to kind of show you the trajectory of what happens with these coins, okay? Now, the plan is that the Atleta coin, the team wants it to be a top 10 coin. I've got a whole bunch of other videos that I'm going to be making in terms of nodes and how few people in the continent are actually owning nodes or participating in terms of being node holders and actually making money from the ecosystem. We're consumers, we buy cryptocurrencies, but we're not actually the ones who've got nodes in the background or minting or mining. So let me just show you coin Casper over here that you guys can see. Casper, you can see its release was on the exchanges, was relatively earlier on. And you guys can see the number. This is directly from CoinMarketCap. We started seeing Casper in February or so when this was released. It was actually released last year when we started mining this. We started mining Casper way earlier. But I'm just showing you guys the journey that Casper has gone. There's no cryptocurrency which just goes straight like that or is just flat. You guys can see that the journey goes like this. So this is just showing you what Casper has been doing since June of last year all the way till now, right? Of course, the people who've been mining or who had this coin are very happy because you can see how much it's up at 75,268% since the time it started. This is insane, okay? I'm not saying that Atleta is going to do that. I'm just saying that let's just look at, this is what I wanted you guys to focus on, right? The other coin, Claw is the other one, Claw AI. And you can see that it came on board in around June as well, starting at less than a cent, fraction of a cent. Both of them were starting at a fraction of a cent. And both of them right now, Casper is at 14 cents. And you can see that Claw is at 17 cents. And you can see the journey that it has gone through as well, right? So it's up 4,224% up, this particular coin. Now, what I do want to highlight for everybody is that we don't know what the trajectory is going to be, but I wanted to just show you more or less how the journey can be. All right. This is not a guarantee. What you have to look at is you have to look at what they call the tokenomics of the coin, which is Atleta itself. What is its use case? We know that it's going to be used within the sports industry. We know that there's a lot of interest that's out there. And all of that interest drives demand. So if there's more people asking to buy the coin than there are who are selling, then that gives an environment, a great environment for the coin to actually go up. So in my assumptions, you saw that I just put $0.50. I actually did an analysis to check how much more the coin would have to fall from that $555 for us to not make money. And effectively, this coin has to be less than 50 cents, okay? Now, nobody knows what could happen in the future. I'm quite optimistic, right? But it doesn't mean that that's a guarantee. I'm just saying I'm optimistic about this coin. I'm having good feelings about it. And so I believe that Atleta coin is actually going to be going through an amazing journey, just looking at the excitement and the articles which are being written, the comments which are being said. They're saying that it's probably the coin for 2025, right? And we get a chance to be able to mint it from our nodes because we've contributed to blockchain sports, which is quite exciting. So I just wanted to leave you guys with this, and hopefully this excites you as well as it excites me. Now, ending off again, I'm still saying, guys, if you want to get more details, you want to get in depth into this, come to Lesotho, guys. On the 8th of June at Mantabison Convention Center, go to the website www.limitlesslesotho.com. You'll be able to get tickets. There's going to be so many exciting things which are happening there. I can't even begin to tell you. Tickets are going for 200 maluti for the regular tickets and 500 maluti for the VIP tickets. Please be mindful that tickets go up after the 1st of June. Tickets will be going to regular tickets will be going to 250 and VIP will be going to 600. So buy your tickets early. Don't wait till the end. And also, guys, it helps us because there'll be food. So as we know more what the numbers look like, we're able to properly cater for everybody and make sure that we are learning, we are excited, plus we're fed. So looking forward to seeing you in Lesotho. And I hope this little brief overview was a nice snippet in terms of you understanding a little bit about nodes and the potential money that can be made. Please remember that the numbers that I've been showing you is just if you are selling a third a third. There's still 2/3 to be made, and that is all assumed on a price staying steady at 550, but I've shown you what it does. I hope this was helpful. I can't wait to see you in Maseru. Thank you, guys. And that is it from my side. For more details, if you guys want to get into the blockchain itself and hear about Atleta, go into blockchainunited.com and you'll see there's a Q&A where they're talking about the Atleta coin. They're going through the ecosystem. You can see the brand, the architect behind the cryptocurrency, going through the actual Atleta blockchain itself, the white paper, the use cases are going to be, and you guys can get a better in-depth analysis. But I hope this covered it nicely. It's just to whet your appetites. Do your own research, everything, guys. Remember that this industry, you saw the volatility that's there. It's not a short term, it's not a quick rich money, get rich quick scheme. These are things where we are, long-term players, but it's really, really exciting when you're part of a project like this early on. So I can't wait to see you in Lesotho. If you are joining us, that would be great. And we'll be able to tell those who missed out afterwards the great things that we share there. So see you there, and thank you.